Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, chapter 14, the forest of enjoyment, text 25. Being unable to protect himself from the threefold miseries of material existence, the conditioned soul becomes very morose and lives a life of lamentation. These threefold miseries are miseries suffered by mental calamity at the hands of the demigods, such as freezing wind and scorching heat, miseries offered by other living entities, and miseries arising from the mind and body themselves. So, as Shukadeva Goswami makes it clear, a conditioned soul is not living a life of bliss. Sometimes a devotee may think, oh, look at these non-devotees. Look at the wealth they are enjoying. See how happy and opulent they are. Look at this America. See how everything is working so nicely. See what high salaries everyone are earning. See how beautiful they are. Everything is so nice. And then a demon of doubt creeps into our mind saying, I don't want devotees. Let me be like them. And when this happens, we should now remember again what Shukadeva Goswami has said. That actually every conditioned soul is suffering these threefold miseries. Okay, they may be sometimes experiencing all these opulences and so on, but behind everything you find these, no one can escape these miseries. We have mental calamity when the demigods give us freezing wind, scorching heat. We had the earthquakes. We have tornadoes. We have, even America suffers tornadoes. Once there was one disciple of Guru Maharaj who was an immigrant from the US, from South America to USA. And when there was a big tornado and there was so much of destruction, he said, how can it be that in America there is tornadoes? It is not possible. He was very surprised. So devotees in America may be thinking that, oh, everything will be opulent, but it is not so. You have tornadoes, you have earthquakes. A big earthquake is going to destroy San Francisco one of these days. And then what will happen to Silicon Valley? So no one escapes that. And then you have the miseries offered by other living entities. This everyone is familiar with, how people trouble us and make life miserable for us, especially because they want things for themselves and maybe you are blocking the way, or they may have some prejudice against you. It could be any number of reasons these miseries are there. But the biggest misery of all is the misery which is arising from our own mind and our own body. We torture ourselves about various things we lack and about various things which we want. These lacks and wants are all there in the mind and they keep torturing us. And then of course miseries arising from our bodily difficulties. So Shukadeva Goswami and Srila Prabhupada says that these are for the conditioned souls. So what happens to devotees? So at one end of the spectrum we have pure devotees like Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaja. So Guru Maharaja is not suffering from any of these threefold miseries. Sometimes during this recent crisis, there were some disciples who were thinking that Guru Maharaja is suffering from miseries from the body. But he constantly proved that he is not suffering from the miseries of the bodies. He is just watching what is happening to the body and is letting it happen. He knows Krishna has a purpose. And the purpose is to make, because he wants, Krishna is ready to move him anywhere else. Guru Maharaj is in great demand all over the universe. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants him here and there for his purpose. So if we want him here, we have to really plead and beg Guru Maharaj that please stay here. And we promise that from now on, we will be good devotees, we will follow everything properly, and we will definitely preach in your mission. We will serve as the way you want us to serve. We are not going to be lazy. We are not going to be centered around our family. We are going to be centered around you. If we give these promises, if enough devotees give these promises, then Krishna can decide to keep him here. And that is why. So Guru Maharaj knows that and he's just allowing these things to happen. He's not in the least affected. So he knew that he had pneumonia. He knew he was going to come out of the ICU. And right now, after coming out of the ICU into the general ward, he's only interested in all of us, how we will observe Purushottam Masa. And then so many other preaching things he wants. So this is what a pure devotee like Guru Maharaj faces. He does not face any of these miseries. Never should we think Guru Maharaj is facing any of these miseries. Then what about the rest of us? We are conditioned. We face these miseries. If we are surrendered to Guru and Krishna, if we have taken initiation, then Krishna knows that, okay, this person is sincere, therefore, but he will give us these miseries to the extent we are not surrendered. So, when we get these miseries, instead of lamenting, we should just think, okay, Krishna wants to teach me something, I will learn that and I will be more surrendered to him and we will not be miserable. Recently, we had a wonderful new devotee whose wife passed away after suffering from a brain tumor. But during all these last days of illness, and even now, she passed away just a couple of days ago, he's not affected. He's talking about his preaching. This is really wonderful, and we offer obeisances to him for this very nice attitude. And definitely, Krishna is going to be very pleased with him that he's not wallowing in misery like others. So, a devotee will not be affected by these miseries, nor will he be afraid that these miseries may affect me in future. Please let me accumulate so much money that the miseries will not affect. No. If you're going to get these miseries, money is not going to save you from the miseries. Money is not going to save your children from any miseries. Miseries which are there, if they are not going to surrender to Krishna, to that extent they're going to suffer those miseries, whatever arrangement you may make. Therefore, the best thing for us and for our children is to actually learn how to surrender more and more to Krishna, keep the mission of Guru Maharaja as the center of our lives, and then automatically these miseries will not trouble us anymore, and we can become more and more like Guru Maharaja, always blissful and preaching and being a guide and an example to all the other devotees. Hare Krishna.